Hello, it's Susan Duclos with All News Pipeline. It is February 3rd, 2017, and here's a heads up for everybody. We may be seeing Super Bowl riots in Houston. Gives whole new meaning to the term Houston, we have a problem. The USA Today is reporting that secretive anti-Trump protests to erupt Super Bowl weekend in Houston. And what they're reporting is they gathered after nightfall at an undisclosed location downtown, people representing more than a half a dozen protest groups, which they tell you later on include Black Lives Matter, socialists, abolitionists, communists, Native Americans, Muslims, Jews, Hispanics, LGBT community members, and the local Democratic Party. It figures they'd be involved in this. Also planning to be on the scene, opponents of circumcision. And they say, for real. And they say that they're going to march and rally Super Bowl weekend, and they met to coordinate their efforts. It says it was so secretive Tuesday night that not all the group members, representatives, got the full game plan. And the protesters are discussing these events using encrypted communication that would keep opponents from intercepting their messages. The goal is to present a large, loud, now they say peaceful, and in the end united, mostly targeting President Trump and his policies on immigration. No fewer than 5 marches and rallies are scheduled across Houston for Friday through Sunday, and the protests will culminate on game day outside the NRG Stadium site of the Super Bowl. Now, they say it's going to be peaceful. Well, that's what we heard about Inauguration Day protests. 200 people arrested, police injured, tear gas, rubber bullets. They were lighting fire. I mean, we're talking all out riots. So, their claims of peaceful protesters. I'm sure there are some peaceful protesters. Don't get me wrong, protesting is one of our rights. We have the right to gather and to protest. What we don't have the right to do is to become violent, to loot, vandalize, destroy towns, harm police officers, and get violent. And that is what they did on Inauguration Day. That is what we've seen throughout the last year and a half, especially when groups like Black Lives Matter are involved. And it's who created a group. Let's see. It says da 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 da. da. Blake Blake Stroud is involved in this, and he created the group called Resist Houston. Didn't we have those resist groups at inauguration? Folks, this is a heads up. There's a very, very good possibility that this is going to turn violent. So, if you're planning on going to Houston over the Super Bowl, be prepared for it. Keep your eyes open. Just be careful. Just be careful. We're going to go to one other article because the game plan here, all of these things have been arranged by a group that has now been named by The Hill, which is a political website, and it's the alt right, the alt left. They complain about the alt right and all of this. Well, now there's a new group, the alt left. We're here at the Hill now, and they're discussing the Berkeley protest and how one of the women that is a Trump supporter was maced, her and her friend. My friend was giving an interview when some coward pepper sprayed her, and she was maced also. And they go on to explain that this is all happening from a new group. It says for all the important, albeit hyperbolic conversations about white supremacists and alt right, we'd be well served to confront the very real reality of a dangerous dynamic of liberals in an honor brigade who lashed out aggressively at others, the false claim that they're defending the honor of American values and tolerance, diversity, and pluralism. For the self confessed crime of my vote for Donald Trump, a liberal Georgetown University professor told me, I've written you off as a human being and hurled the insult after insult, including F off, go to hell, and gloves off. This Hill piece will be linked in the article associated with this video, which we'll put the link up after the article is published. But it goes on to explain the development of this alt left. And it says straight out the attacker was em- emblematic, sorry, I haven't had enough coffee, of a new toxic movement that is acting like an insurgency in America, the new alt left. Expect this alt left to be showing up in Houston. Fair warning, you're going to have probably a lot of live coverage on these protests. We can almost guarantee you that these peaceful protests are going to be infiltrated by these alt left. This is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be pretty. Have a good day. This is your heads up.